They knew it was going to be a long road back to normal, but 3 weeks on and parts of Lismore still look like a ghost town. It's led to grave questions about the city's future and whether the community should rebuild or relocate.
Nobody here knows where they're going to live.
This is a regional catastrophe that we're dealing with.
It's a disaster with no end in sight. 3 weeks on, Lismore is still a scene of utter devastation.
It's going to take a long time though this time, a long time.
When you work hard for what you have and then you lose it all, it's a bit like a kick in the guts.
For Alicia Fergus, it's been a nightmare.
It's very much in limbo land, just sort of not sure where to start or finish or where the beginning or the end is.
The single mother of two's home flooded right through. Her once prized possessions all a write-off. Now her home uninhabitable.
It's not nice seeing your home's kind of naked, loses its heart.
Uninsured, Alicia is now trying to figure out how she can afford to repair all of this.
People can't cope to go back into their home and have to deal with it. It's awful, it's daunting, seeing all your things that you love ruined.
There were so many things that we loved and so many things that we had and sort of just gone away in an instant.
Her and her sons are some of the lucky ones though. They're now staying in a friend's caravan on another friend's land.
Can you see a light at the end of the tunnel at the moment?
No, but I know it's there.
Alicia knows though it's a long road until they're back in their own home.
I'm realistic, it's going to take 6, 12, 18 months. It's not going to happen fast.
I'm about a third the way through it.
Glenn Lewis hasn't even thought about the rebuild yet. He's still clearing out his flooded home.
Well, there's no coordination at the moment. That's the thing. There's no information on whether... No one even knows whether you can even rebuild.
Glenn was saved by neighbour Kerry in a boat as water swamped both their homes.
We had 4 dogs and 4 adults and a child, 4 years old, my granddaughter, and she screamed for the police.
But now the new battle is housing and where they're going to live for as long as the repairs take.
We really need to know where we can live because we can't live at our friend's place forever.
Kerry says her insurance does cover emergency accommodation. The only problem, there's no accommodation left in the whole region.
We're kind of like top priority because we've lost everything, but I just feel like they've abandoned me.
Starting to get a fair bit of frustration with a lot of things that were promised but haven't been delivered yet.
Lismore Mayor Steve Krieg says a housing package was announced nearly 2 weeks ago, but says now he's been told it'll take weeks more to set up temporary accommodation for people.
I don't know what else I can do other than find some tents myself and put them up, which I'd be prepared to do if we had a camping shop in town.
And it's the suburbs, the damage is still at its worst. Rubbish still lining many streets like it did 3 weeks ago.
When the flood first hit, we were looking at about 35,000 to 40,000 tonnes of waste. That went up to 90,000 and now we're talking about 110,000 tonnes of waste that has to be removed.
That's nearly double the waste which was collected in Brisbane after its recent floods.
So this is a massive job. We're talking, 2 years before we get any sort of semblance of normality back.
And for businesses, the burden is growing. With no income, there's no jobs. The CBD has been cleared, but it's now a ghost town. There's still no power and likely isn't to be for weeks. Businesses and the mayor now calling for a Northern Rivers JobKeeper to keep people alive.
So there's 3,800 registered businesses in Lismore City Council area. 3,100 of those businesses have all been affected by this flood.
So it's just major damage this time compared to 17, where it was more of a washout and just get things up and running again.
John Quilkey's pub has seen better days. The entire back section was washed away from the force of the water.
Gosh, how does it feel standing in here right now?
Spent enough time up here in the last 3 weeks that you just, it is what it is.
They've been able to clear the front pub out, but for 3 weeks they've been waiting for the back part to be deemed safe before they can start any work, with the damage bill expected to surpass $500,000.
People that are sort of like umming and ahhing whether they're going to reopen their business or not, whether they can afford to reopen their business. And that's going to be hard for Lismore if we don't get enough businesses down here to reopen.
But there are little pockets of hope. On a street devastated and deserted, one business is trading.
Need to start trading as soon as possible. So yeah, we worked round the clock from the start. Lots of help from friends and family.
Daniel O'Connell was able to reopen his pharmacy last week. Most of the town's chemists were wiped out in the flood, so he knew he needed to get the essential service reopened as quickly as he could.
It's been traumatic, extremely stressful.
They're running off a generator and supplies are basic, but they're open.
What does it feel like to be one of the very few businesses reopened in the CBD?
Look, it's surreal, but it's a start. It's a start.
Everyone here knows there's a monumental mountain to climb in front of them. They're desperate for more support, but slowly you get the sense the heart of the Northern Rivers is healing.
Bloody oath, I'm a hugger. We've done it before, we'll do it again.